Hello everyone, back to you in today's first video, doing weekend forecast for today's first video. As always on a Saturday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for the week ahead. Got quite an interesting week's weather coming up. We're going to have another little mini heat wave around the middle part of the week. Temperatures probably getting back to 30 degrees again on Wednesday. There will be the risk of thunderstorms. It's a little bit too far away to be specific about those thunderstorms at this stage, so watch out for storm watch probably tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, where we'll be going in depth into the storm risk. Today's weekend forecast will just sort of deal with the general idea for the week ahead, which is to turn very warm if not hot for a time, and then a thundery breakdown for cooler weather comes back in the second half of the week. Once again, very much the story of the summer really so far. Bringing on with that, just to say that later on today we'll be having the CFS 6 months look ahead. That's going to take us from next month, August, through to January 2018 next year. But it is just for fun, it's just a snapshot of what the model is showing for the next 6 months ahead. And that'll be with you probably sometime around 5 or 6 o'clock this evening. Websites we're using for weekend forecast coming from theweatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.de. You can find a link to both of those websites on the links page. This is the radar picture from the Weather Outlook, and there's quite a bit of rain up in the north actually today, so bringing showery bursts down across England and Wales. Much of that is light, but the brighter colours do indicate a few heavier bursts of showery rain mixed in. Those showery bursts are pushing southwards and eastwards, but further north we've got this large mass of heavy rain, and quite persistent rain too, across Scotland and coming down into northeastern parts of England. That rain is going to keep going through this afternoon in the north. This rain across England and Wales will turn increasingly showery and die out through the course of this afternoon. Here's today's Arctic pressure chart. It actually looks quite settled for the south. The isobars here are indicating that the pressure is up to 1,020 millibars, which is really quite high. But it's one of those situations where, despite pressure being fairly high down in the south, we've got a weather front, and that's what's producing these showery bursts. Further north, of course, we are under the influence of low pressure up there. So this afternoon we'll carry on quite wet across Scotland. Outbreaks of fairly heavy rain, excuse me, at times, and fairly persistent rain as well. Further south we're going to have fairly damp conditions through the early part of the afternoon, but I reckon things are going to dry up actually through the course of this afternoon, and there might even be some sunny spells developing across central southern parts of the country late this afternoon and into this evening. It's the ladies' final at Wimbledon, of course. Might be a little bit showery there to start off with, but it should turn drier through the course of the afternoon, albeit with quite a bit of cloud. For the qualifying at the British Grand Prix in Silverstone, well, it's been fairly wet through Northamptonshire this morning. I think it will be drying up through the course of this afternoon, but there may still be some showery bursts left. I expect it to be quite cloudy in Silverstone as well. Temperatures will be ranging somewhere from around 15 to 22 degrees. It does feel quite humid again down in the south. Overnight tonight we keep the winds in from the west. Pressure is trying to build from the southwest, but we've still got a weather front messing about across the country. So Scotland will start the evening still quite wet. That band of cloud and showers will drift southwards in towards Northern Ireland and Northern England through the course of the night. Behind it, across Scotland, it'll dry up. May still be some showers to the northwest of Scotland, but it will turn drier in the far north tonight. And then for much of England and Wales, it remains fairly dry, actually, but quite cloudy and fairly breezy as well. It's going to be a very warm night tonight, really humid. Temperatures holding up between around, say, 14 and 18 degrees. So particularly in the south and in the cities, it is going to be a very sticky night, to say the least. Through into Sunday, and again high pressure is more or less still in control, but we have got an annoying fly in the ointment in the form of a weather front, and this time that'll be drifting down into the south and southeast. So through the Midlands, parts of East Anglia, southeast England, we may set off some showers tomorrow afternoon. Again, these showers might impact the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. They might also impact the men's final at Wimbledon. Any one location in the south is going to be unlucky to get a shower tomorrow afternoon, but they will be around, so something to be aware of. Following on behind, we have brighter skies through much of Wales, northern England, Northern Ireland and Scotland. Some showers left across the north and west of Scotland, but a brighter, drier day up in the north. Temperatures will be quite warm in the south, pretty humid at around 25 degrees. In London, that's 77 Fahrenheit. A cooler, fresher feel up in the north. Very pleasant at around 18 or 19 degrees. Now we get through to next week, and this is Monday. High pressure is building strongly across the country then. So all of these annoying little weather fronts that are causing complications this weekend, they're out of the way by Monday. And we're looking at essentially just a dry and fine day with long sunny spells coming through under this area of high pressure. It's going to turn warm with temperatures reaching around 24 or 25 degrees in the southeast in that strong July sunshine. The high pressure is beginning to drift towards the east on Tuesday. We're pulling up hot southerly southeasterly winds, but low pressure is developing both to the west and to the south with the Bay of Biscay starting to push northwards and eastwards as well. A classic Spanish bloom type situation. So although we'll have a mostly dry and fine day again on Tuesday with really decent sunny spells, the heat and humidity of the day could well spark off some thundery showers in the west, so parts of Ireland, southwest Scotland, northwest England, down into west of Wales, and particularly, I would have thought by the end of the day, focusing on the far southwest of England, Devon and Cornwall. We could well find thundery showers or thunderstorms developing there through the course of Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening. They'll be pretty well scattered, but if you get one, you're probably going to know about it. For central and eastern parts of the country, we have a lot of dry weather with good sunny spells coming through, and it turns very warm, if not hot, down in the southeast. Temperatures could be up to 28 degrees, that's 82 Fahrenheit, in the south on Tuesday afternoon. The heat wave then peaks through into Wednesday as a thundery low drifts up from the south across the country. I'll say detail about this is quite hard to ascertain, but I think we're going to find a risk of thunderstorms breaking out across England and Wales, particularly in the south, on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and then the risk of those storms gradually pushes northwards through the course of Wednesday itself. So we could finish up some very violent and intense thunderstorms across northern England and Scotland through the course of Wednesday afternoon, with drier weather following along behind. And still for the east and the southeast, very warm, very sultry. I can just show you the upper air temperatures for Wednesday afternoon, and we're still keeping the heat in the east, so eastern parts of the country will be hot on Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures could well reach 30 degrees, that's 86 Fahrenheit. It'll be humid as well, but out in the west will start to turn cooler and fresher, and those cooler, fresher temperatures will gradually spread across the country overnight, Wednesday into Thursday. So this is how we're looking on Thursday. It's a much fresher day. Low pressure is out to the northwest of Scotland. We're bringing the air in from off the Atlantic. So we clear all of that heat and humidity out of the way, and thunder out of the way overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Thursday is quite a windy day in the northwest and bringing in showers to western Scotland and Northern Ireland. Otherwise, a lot of dry weather, I would have thought, on Thursday with sunny spells. The main thing you'll notice is the drop in temperature, although we're only going down to sort of average temperatures of around, say, 17 to 23 degrees. So still pleasantly warm, especially so in the south, just feeling cooler and fresher compared to the days before. And then we end the working week on Friday with low pressure out to the north and west, still trying to maintain a bit of a ridge down to the south. So southern southeast areas likely to be mostly dry with some sunny spells, but in the north and west we have showers, possibly merging into longer spells of rain across Scotland and Northern Ireland. Fairly tightly packed isobars as well, so it could be quite windy in the north to end the week. Into next weekend, and low pressure never far away, drifting across the north of Scotland, bringing some showers or longer spells of rain to the north. Many southern and southwestern areas close to this ridge from the Azores is actually going to be dry next weekend, I think, with sunny spells coming through. Temperature still pleasantly warm in the south, a little bit cooler up in the north. Finally, just having a look at charts from the weather outlook for the weekend. So we've got the rain in the north and in central parts of the country today. The southeast gets the best of the dry weather. Through into tomorrow, and a band of showers drifting southwards in towards the southeast through the course of sunny afternoon with drier, brighter conditions following along behind. Monday looks mostly dry across the whole country with good sunny spells, probably the best day of the week in terms of universally dry weather. Tuesday should be mostly dry again as well and becoming very warm. We're even locally hot down in the south, but we might spark off a few thundery showers or thunderstorms late on Tuesday afternoon. And then we've got a risk of thunderstorms pushing northwards from France overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Could be a noisy night down in the south with lightning and thunder. And then into Wednesday itself, those storms continue to drift northwards, pushing up into northern England and Scotland in particular. Eastern and southeastern areas turn drier, but very sultry. It'll be hot on Wednesday afternoon in the southeast with temperatures and the heat wave probably peaking at around 30 degrees. By the time we get through to Thursday, we've cleared all of the storms and the heat and humidity away to the east, and we're back into mostly dry weather. Showers in the northwest, but otherwise fair amount of dry weather and a much cooler and fresher feel. And then we end the week on Friday with showers, particularly so in the northwest, where they might merge into longer spells of rain. And even some of those showers could get down to the southeast. Still pleasantly warm in the southeast, cooler and fresher elsewhere. And that's how we go into next weekend too. So, in summary, another interesting week to come in this pretty interesting summer of 2017. We start off showery and fairly humid at the moment. Then it turns drier. We get a little mini heat wave from Monday through to Wednesday. The mini heat wave peaks on Wednesday at around 30 degrees, which is hot, and we will have a risk of thunderstorms pushing up from France. Detail on all of that is to be determined. Watch out for Storm Watch tomorrow. Then the second half of the week, we're back to cooler, fresher weather with showers in the north. Come back later on for CFS 6 months look ahead, and that's all for now. Thanks for watching.